Hey,
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Photo World Asia 2025. We are here at the Rode booth and we would like to give a special thanks to Rode for allowing us to test out this podcast setup. And today with me I have Sir Ted Claudio, hey, from Wazzup.PH. And what is our topic for today?
hey guys, what is up? Yeah, this is Ted Claudio of Wazzup.PH and Gear Acquisition Syndrome. Today we are here to discuss about drones. Not just one drone,
We have
two
another drone.
drones,
Oh, you have another
and
drone.
three drones.
Wow, nice.
Yes.
So we have here three different drones from
Yep.
DJI, as you can see. So, well, one of my favorite types of cameras are drones. So these are flying cameras, which is designed to capture cinematic aerial videos. So, you want me to discuss what exactly these drones
Okay.
are? Okay.
Before we proceed with our drone content, let me just first, as you said, thank Rode Philippines for allowing us to use their wonderful setup here.
Yes, it's very cool.
Di ba? Napakaganda ng setup natin. We are using professional
Microphones.
dynamic microphones. So you are using the pod mic and I'm using the pod mic USB.
Wow,
Then
okay.
in our setup, lipat natin yung camera.
Oh,
So
we have a switcher.
Yeah, we have a
broadcaster
switcher,
view.
okay? So yung sa switcher natin, we are using this video switcher. It's called the Rodecaster Video. And we are using for our audio mixing the Rodecaster Pro, okay? So if you watch our videos or other videos, you will learn more about it. But today we will be focusing more on the drones. So give it away, Joe.
All right, so what we have here are three different drones from DJI, and these are the three drones so far that we've been using for the past couple of months. And what Sir Ted has in his hands right now, this is the DJI Neo. This is DJI's smallest drone. It's not only a drone itself, but it's also an FPV drone. So this
Okay,
costs, yeah.
when you say FPV drone, what do you mean by FPV drone?
FPV stands for first person view. So one thing that you have to keep in mind when it comes to first person view, it's like imagine yourself you're flying a plane and you're at the pilot's seat. So whatever the drone is flying sideways, flying in front, or diving in front, that's how FPV works. It's a first person view.
So para kang piloto pala nun.
Yes. And it's
Okay.
lately FPV has been one of the popular flying techniques because it's much more dynamic than normal DJI drones. It's much more exciting, and you can see that this DJI Neo has guards, so even if you crash it, you won't have to worry because it is solid.
So itong propeller guards niya actually protects not only your fingers when you're catching it, also the people around you, di ba?
Yes.
Kasi kung bumangga siya, hindi tatama yung propeller
Fingers.
niya, di ba?
But of course, be careful trying to land this drone on your head. Baka matanggal yung mga hair mo sa propellers na to. So keep in mind, still practice safety first when you're flying your drone.
Okay. So ito lang question, would you recommend this DJI Neo for beginners?
Oh, yes.
Yung mga first time na mag-drone and why? Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I recommend the DJI Neo because one, it's doesn't really break the bank. It costs like around 11,000 pesos for the standard set, and if you don't have the budget to buy expensive drones, especially the mini series, the Air series, the Pro series, syempre those drones cost like around average 60,000 and up, whereas just buying this standard unit costs already around 11,000 pesos.
11,000 only?
For just the standard version.
Okay,
Syempre,
so-
there is also the Fly More combo. If you want to buy like the additional accessories such as additional batteries, remote, it costs around, I believe, 18
Yeah, around
990,
18,900, something like that.
yeah, around that much. Less than 20K for just a fly more combo of this unit.
And also you mentioned about FPV. I think it has also a bundle for FPV, right?
Yes, it also has a bundle for the Motion Fly More combo. So the Motion Fly More combo is almost the same as a Fly More combo, but the only difference is your controller is not the RCN3, but the Motion Controller 3, and it also includes the Goggles N3.
Okay, that's how much? Around 29,000?
Yes, around
Okay.
that much, which is not bad, especially if you're
Okay.
looking into the FPV side of the DJI Neo.
Yeah, so I think I'm really convinced that this drone is really good for beginners kasi if you want to start really low on the budget for only almost 11,000, meron ka ng drone. So
Yes.
how do you fly this one if kung by itself lang siya, wala siyang controller?
Well, you can actually fly it without a controller because this drone is actually can fly on its own with its automated feature. It has 6 automated features. So it has droney, it has follow, it has rocket, circle, direction track, and what's the other one?
Yung mga helix, boomerang, follow me.
Yes,
Teka.
around those. There's a,
I think we can turn it on and find out what are those, yeah.
maybe we can ask the DJI Neo to say it because actually this DJI Neo can talk.
Okay. So let's interview the DJI Neo.
Okay, I hope you guys can hear what the DJI Neo is saying.
Brony. Circle. Rocket. Spotlight. Direction track. Follow. Drony. Circle. Rocket. Spotlight. Direction track.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you can actually have a talking drone to, mention what exactly is the setting that it's currently going to fly. So these are the 6 automated fly modes of the DJI Neo.
So lagay nga natin sa spotlight ulit.
Spotlight.
Yeah. Let's try to
Follow. Drony.
maybe a quick demo.
Circle. Rocket. Spotlight.
Okay, so I'll put this on Spotlight.
Spotlight. 3.
Oh, ayun.
Ang ingay niya.
Ang ingay niya. Can you hear it?
Oh yes.
So if you move your head, it will follow. Oh, yun. Naka-spotlight siya, see? Oh. So yan yung tinatawag na autonomous mode. So you can fly it. So no controller. You're not using any
yes,
controller
I'm
at all,
not using
ah?
any controller.
Okay.
But the drone is following me.
So halimbawa kung haharang ako, susundan ba ako niyan pag ako? Ay, loyal ah. Ayaw sumunod sa akin ah.
Kailangan may facial recognition
okay.
when it comes to this kinds of drones.
Okay. So now if you want to land it, anong gagawin mo?
So you just put your palm under the drone and it will land like so.
Wow, so easy.
It's a very fun drone.
Okay. So who would you recommend these drones for?
Of course, for anyone who has zero knowledge in flying a drone, that's one. And those who are looking for a selfie drone, and also experienced flyers who want to venture into experiencing FPV. Because flying an FPV drone is much different from flying the normal DJI drones.
So mas mahirap kasing FPV. If you fly this one, kung i-crash mo, mas mura lang siya.
Yes, because syempre, how much is a DJI Avata Fly More combo? It costs around 55,000.
Yeah.
The drone itself, it costs, if you try to get it from other users who are trying to sell it off, it costs like around 20K plus.
So ito, kahit ma-crash mo, kung bibili ka ng standard, 10,000 pesos lang.
Yeah, not bad,
So,
right?
yeah, that's not
Not
bad.
really bad. At
So-
least the money doesn't really hurt so much.
So mag-aaral na nga ako ng FPV using the Neo. Okay, so ano naman yung ano nito? Ano na yung sa palagay mong weaknesses ni Neo Kaya hindi mo siya i-recommend.
Well, one of the weaknesses that I've noticed is the camera. Well, one thing, with its price point with 11,000, it's pretty decent. And syempre, if you're a DJI user, you can really tell the difference between the higher models from like the mini series, the Air series, and the Pro series. But you have to know that even with this camera feature, it's decent enough for its price point. So don't expect so much in such a low price point.
Pero kung yung video naman pang social media, okay na siya.
Yeah, it's decent. I mean, just for a selfie drone and just to post a video right away, it's pretty decent for its
Yeah.
price.
So aside from the camera, ano pa yung sa palagay mo mga weaknesses niya?
So another weakness that I noticed is that, of course, since it's a small drone, you have to keep in mind it's not as strong in terms of wind resistance. So keep in mind, especially you should be aware of the weather around you. If di kaya yung Neo, di talaga kaya to fly on how you want it. And another weaknesses that I know about this drone is that it can only fly up to 120 meters. So don't expect to have high fly modes with this, but it can produce decent aerial shots for just a simple output.
Okay, thank you for those insights, Joe. So, for example, this is good for the beginners, pero medyo yung user, he wanted a better camera, he wanted a sort of stronger wind resistance, and maybe a higher altitude. So, what's the next drone at the next price point that you would recommend?
Okay, so if you want a much better camera quality with a much better wind resistance, here is this very interesting drone, which is called the DJI Flip. So it looks weird aesthetically, but syempre, don't let its looks fool you because this drone has a better camera quality versus the DJI Neo. So this is what it looks like when it's folded. And then the reason why it's called a flip is that when you unfold its propellers, you can see, it automatically turns on if you unfold the rear propellers.
Let's have a close-up of it.
So that's what the DJI Flip looks like.
Let me just put the Neo on top of it,
So
just
it's-
for the scale.
So unfold, it's actually twice as big.
Okay.
But if you fold it again, let me turn this off first. You can manually turn off this drone with the button on the side. So this is what it looks like folded, and let's compare it with the DJI Neo side by side. So it almost have the same size. Almost.
Almost, yeah. But of course, unfolded, it's much bigger.
Much bigger.
Okay. So of course, there's an advantage for it if it's bigger.
Yes, definitely it has a much higher wind resistance compared to the DJI Neo. Syempre, but it has an ultra lightweight of less than 249 grams. But what I like about this drone is that for me it's like a hybrid Mini 4 Pro and a DJI Neo. Why hybrid? Because it still has the 6 automated features of the DJI Neo, but it has the camera quality of a DJI Mini 4 Pro. So if you're looking for a budget camera, budget drone with a nice camera quality, I would go for the DJI Flip.
So how much is the DJI Flip?
The standard version with the remote and one bat is around 22,000. But if you decide to get a Fly More combo, they have a variant that costs around 40K plus. And that Fly More combo has already an RC2 controller. So that RC2 controller can also be controlled in other drones. And it already has a screen, so you don't need a phone to attach it to the controller.
Okay. So interesting, huh? Actually, the size is quite... it looks a little bit big, but I think compared to the other bigger drones, it feels very light and what I like about it, it has these propeller guards.
Yes.
So the propellers are not exposed. So it's similar to the Neo. So it's safe to fly around people and indoors, right?
Yes. Especially don't try to fly it near their heads, of course.
Yeah.
I think the hair is only the only weakness I can think of, especially when it comes to drone accidents.
So does this do the like the Neo, the autonomous modes?
Yes, it does. It also
Okay.
has the 6 autonomous
Okay.
modes.
So let's interview the Flip, what it can do. Hey Flip, what can you do?
Rocket. Spotlight. Direction track. Follow. Droney. Circle. Rocket. Spotlight. Direction track.
Oh, almost the same.
Almost the same.
So can we do a quick demo also on Spotlight?
Okay, let's do spotlight.
Follow. Droney. Circle. Rocket. Spotlight.
Okay, so let it recognize you, not me. Oh, kita pa ba siya sa camera?
Hindi siya kita.
Ang lakas
Mas-
ng ano ha.
Mas
Parang
malakas
Jisoo
siya.
pa na.
Mas malakas siya.
Patras
And-
natin yung camera. Calling Mr. Neil. Ay, patras nga konti yung camera para makita lang yung drone.
Ah, sige.
Eto, patras mo. Yung ano, camera. Para makita lang yung drone.
Ayan, ayan siya.
Na yun, it's flying ano.
It's flying.
So, naka-spotlight mode siya, so sumusunod. So, kung haharangan kita, sa'yo pa rin talaga. Loyal talaga. Okay. So, yun yung spotlight mode. Oh, mo ka nangapit bahay na. Okay. Okay. So, ayan, na-recognize ka na ulit. Okay. Gininaw na ako, ang lakas ng hangin. Ilanod ko na. Okay, let me try to land it. Okay, thank you our DOP, Mr. Toti. Thank you very much for your assistance. So, parehas din siya ng Neo. It can fly autonomously.
Yes.
Pero mas malaki siya. Since mas malaki siya, sabi mo mas malakas yung wind resistance niya.
Yes.
And the camera looks a little bit different. It's parang gumagalaw-galaw siya.
Yes,
What
because
does it
it
mean?
has a 3-axis gimbal, whereas
Okay.
the DJI Neo only has
So,
a digital stabilization. Oh, it has 1 axis over here. So this one doesn't have a gimbal.
Okay. So this will shoot more stable footages.
Yes.
Okay. So yun. So first advantage is it has higher wind resistance. Second advantage is a better camera.
Yes.
And of course, with the camera, of course, better stabilization because of the
3-axis
three-axis gimbal compared to the one-axis gimbal.
Yes.
Okay, what else is the advantage of using a Flip?
Well, another advantage is the longer battery life. So compared to the DJI Neo, the DJI Flip has a 31-minute flight time.
Okay, so why is that? Let's compare the battery.
So as you can see, this is the battery of the DJI Neo, and this is how big the DJI Flip's battery is.
Oh, that's why. So this is 13 minutes rated and this is 30 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So definitely, because of the bigger size, the battery lasts longer. Let me just turn it off. Or it automatically turns off as well, right, when you pulled it? Yeah. Okay.
Haven't actually tried, but
Yeah, it did. I
Okay.
think, yeah. So, okay. So, who do you recommend the Flip for?
well, I still recommend the Flip for beginner flyers and those who want to have that automated feature, the same as from the DJI Neo, but they also want a better camera quality and much longer flight time. So if you wanted a Mini 4 Pro but you don't have the budget, go for the DJI Flip.
Okay. So, parang ang standard ng comparison natin is Mini 4 Pro. I think that will be the next one to be discussed.
Yes,
But
of
before we
course.
leave the Flip, Okay? Very strange talaga yung design niya eh. Para siyang...
It's a weird aesthetic
Yeah.
they're going for because it kind of looks like a fan.
Hmm.
Parang flying Jisoo life lang siya. Pwede din siyang, it kind of looks like a bicycle wheel that you can compare. Some people even made a joke out of it that it looks like a wheelchair.
Wheelchair. Okay. Pero I think this mechanism here in the front. Asan ba? Yun. This mechanism in the front.
That's the sensor, the front sensor.
Okay, so this one has...
No sensor. The DJI
okay,
Neo doesn't
so the
have any
Neo
sensor.
doesn't have a sensor. So this one has a sensor. So when you apply this one directly to an object,
It will
so
automatically stop.
it will automatically stop. Okay. That's the advantage of having a sensor.
Yes.
So it has only the front sensor for the Neo. Okay. So what else can I think of about this one? Actually, yeah, it looks really weird, but I know there's a lot of compromises on the aesthetics. But the design, I think it's really good because it satisfies the weight limitations of 249 grams only.
Yes.
And the foldability, making it much smaller and easier to store.
Yes.
Okay, since you are mentioning now the Mini 4 Pro, before we go to that, so what do you think are the negatives on this Flip, aside from the looks? Okay, we will no longer talk about the looks. That's enough.
Okay. Well, one disadvantage I noticed while I was testing this out is that it's not as strong as the Mini 4 Pro. So if you have that comparison, you would feel that there is a little bit of fight when it comes to the wind resistance. So just keep in mind regarding that. And this drone only has one sensor. So if you're reliable on using the sensors of the drone, you have to keep in mind it doesn't have a side, it doesn't have a back sensor, it only has a front sensor. And for me, well, when I started flying a drone, I had a Mavic Pro, the Generation 1, and it only had a front sensor. And I think that actually, thinking about it, it should be enough to jumpstart your aerial journey with this drone. Because, heck, when I started with the Mavic Pro 1, it only had the front sensor. What more if you are going to invest on a DJI Flip mismo, especially it only has one sensor in the front.
Yeah. So this is actually a great drone for the value. Eh?
For its
So,
price point, it's not
Yeah.
bad.
The cheapest configuration, I think, is around almost 23,000.
Yes.
It comes with one battery only and with the RCN3 controller
Yes.
where you require to
Connect to a phone.
connect to a phone. Then the next model, same standard configuration with one battery, but it comes with the RC2.
Yes.
So the advantage, of course, of the RC2,
Is that it already has
where is our
a...
RC2?
You don't need a phone to connect to the RC2 controller because it already has a screen itself. And with the
Here's the RC2 controller, yeah.
Here's the RC2 controller.
So ang
this is
difference
what it
niya
looks like.
is may screen siya. You don't need to plug in a
A phone.
mobile phone anymore, yeah?
And this already supports O4 transmission.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's a perfect controller, especially for me. I already decided to, if I'm gonna buy a drone, I don't want to use my phone because personally it's a hassle to use the phone because who knows, you might have a phone call. Although you can also try to disable that using the airplane mode. But the thing is, I don't like using my phone because there's a lot of apps that may, crash the other apps, especially while you're using the DJI Fly app. And it's such a hassle to assemble compared to just having this. You only have to worry on collapsing the propellers of this drone.
Yeah. Very quick. So mabilis ang ligpitan.
Yes.
Popold mo lang. Na,
Yes,
yeah.
and to be honest, it doesn't have to be so complicated
Yeah.
when you're setting up your drone. Syempre, you have your pre-flight check before doing so.
Yeah.
And it's not that, complicated to start with.
Okay. And the most expensive configuration is the Fly More combo, which has the drone, the RC2 controller, and 3 batteries in total with the charging hub,
Yes.
and a bag,
Yes.
and extra propellers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
for me, I mean, if you're gonna buy your first ever drone, go na for the Fly More combo
Yeah.
because it really feels bitten, especially if you only have one battery. And syempre, if you're gonna keep on flying, you're gonna spend so much time charging that one battery. So might as well invest on more batteries for your Fly More combo.
Okay, thank you for that, Joe. Definitely, this is a good drone for beginners who have a little bit more of a budget and who wants a better camera quality for your aerials. So, of course, the next one Joe was talking about and comparing it with the Mini 4 Pro.
Mini 4 Pro, which
Okay.
has been been around for quite a while.
So, okay, let me just remove what do you call this, like the propeller guards.
Yes.
And the gimbal protector.
Okay, so
all
this is what
yours.
the Mini 4 Pro looks like. So it's quite small, especially when it's folded. It kind of looks like the size of my phone. It's really not bad, especially when it's collapsible. Comparing to the flip, you can see when the Mini 4 Pro is folded, it's much smaller. So in terms of being more compact, the DJI Mini 4 Pro wins this round. So if you unfold it,
Oh, so once you unfold it, this is more difficult to unfold than the flip, right?
sakto
But,
lang.
yeah, you
If
can
just
get
need-
used to it,
You
yeah.
get used to it, and you notice that this drone doesn't have any propeller guards. So especially if you're someone who is a beginner, you better be careful when you're launching this drone because you don't have any propeller guards to keep you safe.
So this one is much safer to fly indoors
Yes.
because of the propeller guard. So kahit mabangga ka, you will not get hit by the propeller, not like this one. Okay.
Yes, that's true. And if you notice, there are several sensors in this drones. It has a back sensor, it has a front sensor. Actually, parang this sensor can also apply to the side.
Yeah.
So, medyo 360 yung sensor niya, especially when it comes to obstacle avoidance.
So this one has only one avoidance
sensor,
sensor, and
yes.
this one has
Omnidirectional.
omnidirectional. Okay, that's nice.
So, of
So
course.
that's why it's more expensive.
Yes, it's more
compared to
expensive.
this.
A Fly More combo, I believe it costs like around 60K if I'm,
Yeah,
if
the
I'm
one
not
that I got
mistaken.
is 61K. So the
Yes.
61K comes with the Mini 4 drone, total of 3 batteries with a charging pack, with an RC2 controller, and I got my battery with the extended one, not the 30 minutes one. That's the 40 minutes one. But the problem with the 40 minutes one, it goes beyond the 249
limit.
grams. Yeah.
Yes. Because if
limitation.
you're planning to fly a drone, especially internationally, there's a lot of, depending on the country where you're going, there are some restrictions and the type of drone that you're gonna bring. So if you're planning to go international and you want a safe drone that avoids all those restrictions, I suggest you get a drone that is less than 249 grams, which applies to all these 3 drones. So the Mini 4 Pro and the DJI Flip and the Neo, all those 3 drones are less than 249 grams. But of course, the Flip and the Mini 4 Pro are much heavier.
Okay. So who would you recommend this Mini 4 Pro drone for?
For serious travel people such as myself, syempre, when it comes to durability and reliability, I would go for the Mini 4 Pro because this is a popular drone when it comes to travel enthusiasts because not only it has more sensors, and the camera quality is there. It's not that heavy to bring around. Like I said, it's less than 249 grams, and it can handle wind resistant much better than the DJI Flip.
Yeah. So I think another advantage that I read about with the Mini 4 Pro when it does vertical shooting is the camera actually rotates physically.
Oh yes, so you have the full, for example, if you want to shoot 4K, it will shoot vertical 4K, whereas the DJI Flip has a crop vertical. So the max resolution that the DJI Flip can shoot is 4K, but if you want to shoot vertical, it will crop it to 2.7K.
Okay, but don't tell my wife that actually this is. I have all these 3 drones and actually the Mini 4 Pro.
You never told your wife that?
Oh, so oops. Why
Oh
did I
my.
mention it here? Oh my God.
Let's just hope she's not here
Of course,
at Photo World
I will do
Asia.
a custom thing and will not. She will not see it. Yeah. You know why this is my favorite drone?
Oh, why sir? Why sir?
Because I can easily fly it in low light. I love to fly yung mga blue hour.
Yes.
Yeah, because you get really good sort of dark ground, but you get the background of the blue sky.
Oh,
And
yes.
when you fly it at night, ang kagandahan nito, meron siyang light.
The auxiliary light that
Yeah.
automatically turns on
So
when
you can see
the
it.
scene is
Yeah.
very dark. Yes,
Yeah.
actually, some drones.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the DJI Flip has
No,
that.
it doesn't have.
It doesn't have an auxiliary light. So
And when this one lands,
at least it knows when the ground will hit the floor, because with the help of the auxiliary light, that helps illuminate the ground more. So
Yeah.
at least the drone will know that it's landing safely.
okay. So, of course, you just have to be careful with it kasi yung propeller niya,
Is
hindi siya
exposed,
guarded. Yeah, so
yes.
don't fly it very close to people, especially indoors. But if it's on the open ground, kayang-kaya niya naman na it's safe naman. Of course, we fly very responsibly with this one. Yeah. Okay, so just to summarize,
So in summary, if you want the best-in-class drone that is less than 249 grams, I would highly suggest you go for the DJI Mini 4 Pro. Now, if you don't have the budget for that, you can go a bit lower to the DJI Flip. But if your budget really can't handle the budget of these 2 drones, you can just get a DJI Neo that only costs 11,000. So you have a lot of options. So you don't have any excuse to not buy a drone or
Okay.
to not buy your first ever drone.
so having mentioned all the qualities of these 3 drones, this is actually my favorite for doing the shots, especially in the islands when it's windy. And this is the one I love to fly around people indoors or when there's a lot of people. And of course, actually, I love the Neo as well.
Actually, I do love the Neo
Yeah,
too.
this is
Even-
our play drone, yeah?
Yes, it's like our practice drone.
Yeah.
When it comes to if you're a starter and you want to learn how to fly a drone, this is a good drone to start. And also, even if you're experienced drone flyer and you want to explore FPV, you'll definitely have fun flying this drone just for the sake of exploring the FPV side of flying a drone.
So you play with the Neo before you buy an Avata 2.
Yes.
So
Because
don't-
mahal ang Avata 2,
Don't
guys.
study FPV straight away with Avata 2. Definitely, guys, of course, start with the simulator. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Even for both cameras, start flying a drone with a simulator first.
Okay.
So if you want to get into FPV, I highly suggest you get the FPV controller first. That way, you just need to download the simulator, which costs 300 pesos for the software, and you can practice it using your laptop. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much to our guest tonight, Miss Jo Serrano. Miss Jo Serrano, you want to plug in your socials?
So guys, if you guys are interested in travel, tech, content, you can follow me at D Joe Serrano. That is TheJoserrano. I'm available in Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I also have my own website at the www.thejoeserrano.com.
Okay, thank you very much, Joe, for your insights, and we'd like to also to thank Road Philippines for letting us use their wonderful setup here.
Yes, it's really fun doing a podcast here because I mean the quality of the audio here, and you have the Rodecaster video to switch to different videos, and you have the Rodecaster Pro 2. Actually, I find this a bit funny because we did a mic test and my voice changed into a chipmunk. It became deep. It became a robot. But yeah, it's a fun setup. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Sir Ted, for having me. Thank you,
Okay.
Rode.
Thank
for
you, Road
allowing us to do
Philippines.
this.
Yeah. So if you're interested in Road products, you can get them at Henry's Camera Store and JG Superstore. And of course, it's also available in other stores for your purchase. Okay? Thank you very much for watching, guys. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.